Um, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am Abdullah Marsid M, and now I will explain my assigned report, which is entitled Self-Directed Learning. So first, what is self-directed learning? From the word self and directed, meaning to say self-directed learning is educational approach where individuals take initiative and controls over their own learning, setting goals, choosing methods, finding resources, and evaluating their own progress with the help of or guide of the teacher, but minimal guide of a teacher because it's called self-directed learning. Meaning to say, si student mismo ang gumagawa ng paraan para ma-accomplish yung isang activity na binigay ni teacher. So, self-directed learning is occur when students engage in activity on their own. Yun nga yung sabi ko kanina, na si self-directed learning is, ito yung klase ng estudyante na ginagawa nila yung kanilang activity ng sila lang or with the guidance of minimal guidance of their teachers. Are we clear? So next is according to Wallens et al. 2001, self-directed learning is defined as a process in which individual with or without the assistance of the other take initiative in diagnosing their learning needs, formulating learning goals, identifying human and materials resources for learning, selecting and implementing appropriate learning strategies. Meaning to say, according to uh, Wallace 8 al. 2001 is, pag sinabi nating self-directed learning is ito daw yung mga bata na kahit wala or meron assistant or guide ni teacher is nagagawa nila na what do you call that, gawin yung activity ng sila lang. And na-evaluate nila yung kanilang sarili without the assistance of the teacher. Yes, and formulating goals. Yung nakagagawa sila kung ano yung dapat na kanilang maabot or gawin in that certain activity. Identifying human and material resources for learning. Yes, nalalaman nila kung ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin or gamitin in that certain activity na binigay ni teacher. Selecting and implementing appropriate learning strategies. And alam din nila kung ano yung strategy nila, kung ano yung magiging strategy nila para ma-accomplish yung activity na yon. Yes, Yun yung kay Wallace et al. 2001. So, next naman is multi-grade learners are encouraged to monitor their learning by expressing precisely that they have learned how they have learned and what they need to do in order to widen their learning. I don't know kung ganito ba yung pagbasa. Taule and Cornish 2007. So according naman dito kay Taule and Cornish, ang multi-grade teacher daw, kasali ito siya sa self-directed learning, is ini-encourage daw yung mga estudyante na i-monitor yung kanilang learning, kanilang learning by expressing precisely that they have learned, kung paano sila natuto, kung ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin para mas lalo silang matuto, or ano pa yung dapat nilang gawin para mag-improve sila sa certain subject, or ma-accomplish nila yung certain activity na binigay ni teacher. So, yun yung kay Tolley and Cornish 2007. So, ang next naman ay another definition ng self-directed learning. In multi-grade classroom, encourage students to take responsibility for their own learning. Self-directed learning imparts independent working skills. Self-directed learning also assists students in becoming self-regulated, strategic learners. Learners can determine their learning style since they can see which methods of learning works best for them. Learners are assisted in working independently or with minimal assistance from the teacher. So, yes, yun nga yung sabi ko kanina. So, in multi-grade classroom daw, dito sabi sa self-directed learning is student take responsibility for their own learning. So, meaning to say, sa multi-grade classroom is si student pa rin yung may responsibility sa kanilang pagkatuto. Yes, sila yung may responsibilidad kung paano sila matuto, or yun, kung anong strategy yung gagamitin nila kung paano sila matuto. Self-directed learning imparts independent working skills. Yun na nga sabi natin, self-directed learning is independent working skill siya. Meaning to say, with or without assistance of the teacher, is kaya ni students na gawin yung certain activity na binigay ni teacher. But in clear instruction ni teacher pa rin. Self-directed learning also assess student in becoming self-regulated strategic learners. Yes, self-directed learners is alam nila kung ano yung gagamitin nila, ano yung mga strategies na gagamitin nila in certain activity para ma-accomplish yung binigay ni teacher na activity. Yun, parang paulit-ulit lang talaga si self-directed learning. Another is learners can determine their learning style since they can see which method of learnings work best for them. Yes, determine their learning styles. Yes, since self-directed learners is, yun na nga, ito yung mga bata na kaya nilang i-determine kung ano ba yung kanilang learning style. Meaning to say, dito is mas natututo ako sa pakikinig through using technology or through may gagamit ng mga flashcard. So, or gagamit ako ng real life situation na example. Yan, nalalaman ni students kung ano ba talaga, kung saan sila mas natututo na strategy. Ayun, see? Another example ni self-directed learning dito. So, next naman is yung guidelines of conducting self-directed learning. So, A, the teacher establishes high expectation. Siyempre, when we conducting self-directed learning, dapat talaga mag-establish si teacher ng high expectation sa kanyang mga estudyante in order para ma-accomplish ng kanyang estudyante yung activity na binigay niya. Next, 6 activity sheet or module are developed in step-by-step methods using simple language to ensure the learner's independent learning. So, in this text is dapat daw is yung mga modules or guide na or direction na ibinigay ni teacher is dapat nakasulat siya in step-by-step process para daw mas madali na sundan ng estudyante yung mga panuto or direction ni teacher. And dapat din daw dito is nakasulat siya in a simple language. Yes, dapat talaga yung ating mga directions na ginagawa sa ating mga activity in order to ensure that our learners is kaya nila na without our guide or support is kailangan natin na maging simple language lang yung gagamitin natin sa ating mga direction. Yun na nga, para ma-ensure na yung ating learners is magiging independent learners sila. Next one is the materials have been carefully chosen are ready for use. According naman dito is yes, after the activity, yes, after the guidance and direction na binigay, and dapat din na yung mga materials is na-present ni teacher or nabanggit ni teacher doon sa mga direction kung ano yung gagamitin, and And yung mga activity is accessible dun sa classroom na yon, or makikita dun sa classroom, or makikita dun sa barangay ng bata. Kasi or ready to use dun mismo sa classroom provided by the teacher, para ang gagawin na lang ni student is yon, gagawin yung activity na yon. Are we clear? So the next one is the activity, which is the puppet. First is you have to prepare the following materials. First, any use paper bags, pentel or color pens. Next one is strings, scrap papers, crayons, scissors, and yarns. So, yan yung need natin na material sa paggawa ng puppet. So, first is get the paper bag, drawn a mouth, nose, and eyes on the upper part of the bag. Use crayons or pentel pens. Second, put crumb paper to a rag inside the part of the paper bag with a drawn face. Tie it with a piece of string. Next one is attach some yarn or strips of clothes to the puppet's head or hair. So the next one is cut 2 holes, one the puppet neck and your finger to make the puppet move. Ayan, how to make a puppet using a paper bag, crayons, what do you call that? Scissors, strings, crayons paper, yung any use of paper. Yan yun siya.
You will need paper bags, yarn, glue, scissors, paper, optional supplies, googly eyes, stickers, pencil crayons, and markers. First, we'll glue the eyes on. If you don't have googly eyes, you can always draw them on. Next, the nose. Then the mouth. And the eyebrows. You can add eyelashes to yours if you would like. Now the hair from the yarn. I wrapped the yarn around my fingers so they would all be the same length. Then cut, and you have your hair. Apply glue to the areas you want the hair. I recommend liquid glue for this step as the yarn might not stick with a glue stick. Then arrange the hair any way you want. Next, make the clothes. I encourage you to add more accessories to make your puppet look even more awesome. Now you have your very own paper bag puppet.